Well, welcome to High School Sports on the Hartford Cable Network. I'm Don Morrison. Tonight, we're at C. Milton Wright High School. It's C. Milton Wright versus Bel Air in girls basketball, a Chesapeake Division game that's always exciting, but even more because Calvin Skelton, I hate to say it, but we have an undefeated team, 8-0 in the conference, 13-0 overall. What a magical season it's been so far.
It's been fun. More than any record, we don't worry about the wins and losses. Our goal this year, right now, is the same as it's been all year. We just try to get better every day. This conference, record-wise, this conference still has 4 teams that could win it. So we just do the best we can every day, and these girls have bought in.
It's an amazing thing. I think about a senior-laden team that you have, like there are a lot of starters coming back, but you told me you lost 4 of your 5 starters off a 15-7 team last year.
That's true. And the girls that were not starting last year that are starting now, we're just really ready to pick up the ball. So maybe that's a testament to the girls that graduated, that they helped prepare these girls for success this year.
Now look at your team, no outstanding score. Everybody scores 8, 9, 7 points a game. You told me that 5 of your girls at one point or another have scored more than 15 points in an individual game. So obviously as a coach, you like that, having balanced scoring.
That's true. At any, on any given night, we know that we have somebody who can step up and give us something. Yeah. Offensively, we're not a high-powered team. We just try to play enough defense to grind out victories, and so far it's worked out.
And you were telling me that the 13 wins, about 5 or 8 of them, I think you said, had been very close.
Yeah, they have been. We've been in a lot of nail-biters this year. When we played C. Milton Wright the first time, the score didn't indicate how close that game really was. And we've just found ways to survive.
We talk about rivalries, and folks don't understand who are not part of it, but C. Milton Wright, Bel Air, these two teams, I mean, whenever they play, it is just a catfight, really.
It is, but it's fun. I look at this a little different than maybe some of the student body does. I tell the kids that these are the games that you're going to talk about when you're an adult. So don't take it too far and don't take it too personally. Just enjoy it, and when you're a grown-up, you're going to sit back and you'll probably have a neighbor who went to this school, and you guys will laugh about how much fun it was.
Easy to say, but if you're a young student, 16, 17 years old, I mean, playing your arch rivals, it's a big night for you.
It is, and so all they need to do is listen to their coaches and remember how much fun it is.
Oh, yeah, right. Hang with me, Calvin Skelton. Let's turn over and talk to Becky Dutko. Becky, coaching here at C. Milton Wright High School. A couple of years ago, you were in the state semifinals. Last year, you had a so-so season, right. Graduated some people. This year, again, a fairly good season, but one that I know a win tonight would certainly make the season for you.
It would help. It definitely would help. Boost the morale of the girls, definitely.
Yeah, I look at your team. You've got Nemo, who is your big scorer. Not a big kid, a kid who plays point guard for you. You told me that she's just all around a great player.
Yeah, she definitely is. On offensive and defensively, she just plays. She's a big leader on the team. We're happy to have her, and she's just coming through for us.
And a sophomore as well.
Yeah, so we got a couple more years with her, so that's a good thing to look forward to.
So you're starting 2 sophomores and a freshman tonight, certainly right. A young team.
We are young. You see a lot of girls that are developing. They're finally gelling. When you have such a young team and you're playing so early, it's hard for those girls to gel together. The deeper we get in the season, the more they're starting to come together and play well together and know each other.
So Nemo being your big scorer, but obviously you've got other players that contribute.
Right. Yes. We have Miranda Turner, who can turn on a night. We have Courtney Frank, who is very good. We have Kaylin Hetrick, who is amazing defensively. So, I mean, we're coming together slowly.
So to defeat Bel Air tonight, what do you have to do? What's the key?
I think it's just playing our game. Most games that we've lost, we've pretty much defeated ourselves with turnovers, missing some shots that were, basically in and out. So we just have to play our game, cut the turnovers out, and play just good fundamental defense and good fundamental basketball.
When we talk about their arch rivalry, certainly it is. Bel Air, C. Milton, it's a treat to see these games.
Yeah, the girls are always up to it. They're up to the challenge, and it's always a fun game. It doesn't matter what the record is. Every game's going to be like do or die for these girls.
And of course, you're both 3A North, meaning that after the regular season, you'll meet each other again, hopefully in the playoffs.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, it should be a great one. C. Milton Wright versus Bel Air. Bobcats versus the Mustangs. Arch rival Chesapeake Division game. Don't go away. It is going to be a lot of fun. Welcome into C. Milton Wright High School. Don Morrison, my partner Cheryl Silent. Cheryl, this is a classic matchup between two arch rivals, one of whom, Bel Air, undefeated. C. Milton Wright having a so-so year, and you know it would simply make their season if they could upset the Bel Air Bobcats.
Yes, how many times have we come to an end of a season where Bel Air and C. Milton Wright in any sport are facing each other for big terms?
Absolutely, and of course being neighbors as they are, kids being raised together, you know, with a couple of miles apart, they know each other, they play rec ball together. So again, this is the kind of thing when you are as old as I, maybe not that old, because your memory would fade, you'll talk about that game you played back in 2020 where I beat Bel Air. They were undefeated. We beat them. They came to our floor and we beat them.
It happens all the time.
Now, the Bel Air Bobcats, they're a really unique team, Cheryl. They're a team that has 3 seniors, but not a lot of experience, having lost 4 of their 5 starters from last year when they were 15-7. They are now 13-0 without a scorer scoring 10 points a game.
How about that? They do have some younger players starting for them, and that's just going to feed into their season as we start to wind down the basketball season. That's just going to feed them for next year, and they, you know, expect them to be a force to be reckoned with again.
You look at this team, Bel Air, they have 5 players on the team who have scored 15 points or more in at least one game. So they get scoring from all kinds of avenues. Meantime, C. Milton Wright, Maddie Nimmo, who is a captain as a sophomore, averaging 18 points a game. Cheryl, this is a young kid who's 5'4", so she's not that
Nothing
big and
wrong with
posing.
that.
No, but I mean, you think about 18 points a game, she just gets them by driving, by shooting good shots. So she is not the kind of typical big person you expect to see scoring 18 points a game.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being 5'4".
You being 5'4".
Exactly my height.
Exactly.
And I was a point guard when I played in high school basketball, and shooting a perimeter shot is money for a short person like me.
Especially with that 3-point line as it now exists. Back in the day, going back into the 90s, where they didn't have the 3-point shot, it's been a boon. Now, Cheryl, one thing we need to tell people about, and that is girls basketball and boys basketball. Very, very similar. Rules are almost exactly the same. Both have a 30-second shot clock. Only big difference is the half-court line. Girls, they can spend 28 seconds getting it across the half-court line, just as long as they get the shot up in 30 seconds. And boys, of course, they have the 10-second rule. You have to get it over the center line by 10 seconds. Really the only difference between girls and boys basketball rule-wise.
Yeah, that is a change since the way back days when I played, because we did have only 10 seconds to get it past midcourt.
Yeah, of course, going the way back when our friend Carol Barker played, when they had 3 guards on one side of the floor and 3 forwards on the other side. You had 2 dribbles, and then you passed the ball.
You're making me giggle. I can't even picture it.
Oh, it was hard to watch. But that was back in the day when they thought that girls weren't able to compete and like the boys could, and they finally realized they could. Well, we are at C. Milton Wright, and it is a great spot to be. We thank Andrew Gerard, who welcomed us, the athletic director.
This evening, C. Milton Wright is proud to host the visiting team from Bel Air.
We're going to be meeting the starting lineups for both teams. The Bel Air Bobcats, the visiting team. Calvin Skelton, their 16-year head coach. Here the Bobcats dressed in their dark blue away uniforms.
Number 2, Mackenzie Springer.
Mackenzie Springer is a sophomore, averaging 6 points a game. Again, that's a sophomore.
A junior, number 4, Emma Sanza.
Emma's a junior, 2 assists a game, so she's one of the people who distributes the ball.
A senior, number 10, Olivia Simon.
We all know Olivia Simon, a great volleyball player.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
8 points a game.
11, Maggie Hall.
Maggie Hall is one of the captains of the team, the unquestioned leader, 9 points a game.
A senior, number 25, Juliana Harding.
And Juliana Hardin, number 25, the senior, 3 assists a game. Calvin Skelton, 16 years. Assistant coaches are Michael Day, Glenn Davis, and Katia Johnson. And now here's the homestanding C. Milton Wright Mustangs as the student body stands up to greet them. Mustangs 5-4 in the league, 10-5 overall.
At guard, a freshman, number 21. She stands 5'8" tall.
Kaylin Hetrick, number 21, a freshman. Can you imagine Cheryl being a freshman and starting on a varsity basketball team?
It's rare.
Miranda Turner, sophomore, 8 points a game for Miranda, number 20, as you can see her being introduced.
Sophomore, number 22, coming in at 5'2",
Maddie Nimmo, now they say 5'2", we were told 5'4". We'll say 5'3", huh?
Senior, number 10, stands 5'10", Ginny Donnelly.
Jenny Donnelly, senior.
And then for a senior, number 14, standing 5'9", Courtney Frank.
Courtney Frank, 8 points a game, 7 rebounds. He's the person in the middle that makes a difference. Becky Betko, the head coach, 6 years, in her 6th year. Kiera Howell, the assistant coach. Now to honor our country, here is our national anthem.
With the playing of our national anthem.
All set now. Nice crowd here tonight. We're on the student section side, so we have students standing in front of us, so we may have a little trouble seeing the court, but we do have our monitor, so we'll be okay.
Sounds good, Don.
Oh, yeah.
With any hopes at all, they'll run out of that youth energy that they have and sit down for a moment.
Trust me, they don't. We were here for a boys basketball game. They had about 5 times as many students. They never sat down the entire night.
Oh, goodness.
It was fun.
But Don, while we have a second, let's introduce the officials. We have Michael Taylor. With the basketball right now is Stan Zalewski. He'll do the toss.
Doing double duty. They did the JV game, so they should be all warmed up. There are Bobcats in the dark uniforms going from left to right across your TV screen. C. Milton Wright going from right to left in the white home uniforms. Height advantage to Courtney Frank for C. Milton Wright. Beller gets the tap though, and we're underway here.
That was Simon with the tap. She is tall and she can jump.
Now the fans are moving about, so we will stand up and be able to see what's going on here. Inside it goes to the Beller Bobcats. Nice pass, shot no good, rebound no good. Battle for the ball, up still no good, and finally a tie ball. Alternating possession rule will go to C. Milton Wright. Well, no, let's see. Yeah, it should be the right basketball, yep.
As opposed to the left basketball?
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna just go there.
You stopped me early.
I'm gonna reset the shot clock. 30-second shot clock. Again, we talked about it really doesn't matter how long it takes them to get the ball up across midcourt. Just have to have the ball up by 30 seconds. The pass inside, taken away by the Bobcats, and another tie up. This time alternating possession will go to the Bobcats. Beller coming in at 8-0 in the conference, 13-0 overall.
I love watching both of these teams play, Don. They're both so, there's nothing lax about the way they play. They're passionate on both ends of the court, with or without the ball. It's a lot of fun to watch girls play like professional players play, all out. You know, there's no laziness here. Nice grab.
It is, and there is a backcourt violation. Even though you don't have to get it over in 10 seconds, if it goes backcourt, it is the same as the boys. It would be a violation. That's Juliana Harden about to receive the ball. Juliana, senior, 3 assists per game.
They didn't call a backcourt violation because Belair still has the ball.
Yeah, she was able to save it. Officials walking over. Michael Taylor trying to straighten out something. It might be to do with the shot clock. Looks like he's satisfied, so we're back underway. Just about a minute into the game, no score. Neither team has really had, although Belair had a couple of short shots they couldn't convert. Mackenzie Springer picking the ball, and that was the 30-second shot clock going off. I think it's one of the great things about high school basketball, adding the shot clock for the boys for the first time this year.
Is that right? I did not know that.
They were the only basketball that I know of, college, pro, that didn't have a shot clock, and now they do. C. Milton looking for the three-pointer. That's Nimmo. We see now the 18-point shooter. She's got the first 3 of the game. You better guard her.
Indeed.
Bobcats on the move. Trailing 3-0 from the corner. Shot is good. Put up and good.
Belair pressed hard on that the last trip down the court for C. Milton Wright, and
that was Simon who got the basket. 3-2 is the score. C. Milton Wright leading. Nimmo thinks about it. Driving the baseline, putting it up, and sort of blocked by the side of the backboard. C. Milton Wright hangs on to it. Shot clock down to 10. Nimmo again. Oh, off the back of the iron. Saved in bounds, but it goes out of bounds instead. Good effort there by Miranda Turner, sophomore, unable to save it. Bit over 2 minutes into the ball game, 3-2 the score. C. Milton Wright had that 3-point shot by Nimmo. Cheryl, look at that defense they're playing.
I'm trying to figure out what C. Milton's playing defensively. And it seems like every time I look down there, I see something different. So I've not been able to zone in, pardon expression.
And it almost looks like a matchup zone, so to speak.
Yeah.
There was the foul called, first foul of the ball game. Shooting 2. This is Maggie Hall. Maggie is a senior captain, averaging 9 points a game. Southpaw puts the first one up and good. Bobcats tie it.
That was Olivia Simon at the line. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right.
That's okay.
I should never try to correct you, Don.
Nice touch on the second one, a bit short. Oh, great rebound. How did she not foul Olivia Simon?
Yeah.
She went over the back, but didn't make
touch.
Contact.
Yeah.
Inside it goes. Shooting on the move.
There was Paul.
No good. The rebound was by C. Milton Wright's Courtney Frank. She's fouled from behind. Foul's going to go against Mackenzie Springer. We're tied 5:31, first timeout of the ball game. Cheryl, what have you seen so far?
Basketball, and a lot of it. A lot of hustle up and down the court. Some really tough defensive stands. Nobody's playing around out there. It's like it's for all the money. And that's I think the way all sports, every game from the first game of the season to the last game of the season should be played that way. But it's hard to give that heart to your girls. They have to have it.
Yeah.
And both of these teams have full hearts going out there and giving their all.
And part of the issue, of course, is being an arch rival game, sometimes the emotions take over and you're not able to do exactly what you want to do, in terms of actual art of the game. So the beauty of the game is playing it hard, but then finding that sort of magic formula of being able to play under control.
Exactly, and I mean, nothing feminist about this, but women, when they play with great emotion, actually, they're no different than men.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Although, great interception. Boy, on the move, making that interception and putting it up and putting it in.
I think she just saved me.
That's Maggie Hall. Maggie Hall with her third point, and the Bobcats take the lead now at 5-3. Back out front it goes.
Let's just say funny things happen when we play with all of our emotion.
Looking for the shot, driving, that was Nemo. Has a person open, long shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound from inside the three-point range. That is number 10, that's Jenny Donnelly with the first 2 points of her game. Ties the game up at 5-5. Knocked away from behind. Foul is going to be called. Boy, up and down the court we go. Great action here tonight.
They're moving so fast it makes the court seem small, but I know it is a regulation basketball court.
Bobcats, fresh 30-second shot clock. Good movement. Oh, nice save, inbounds. Nope, they said she was on the line. That was Mackenzie Springer, who looked like she had a chance to save it, but was able to do so. Ball goes over to the Mustangs. We're tied at 5. We were tied at 3, tied at 5. Nemo bringing the ball up, has the ball in her hands. Thinks about the 3. Nice inside pass, driving from the bucket. Can't make the conversion. Foul is going to be called. Foul's going to go against C. Milton, and that would be the second foul on Miranda Turner. She's got 2 here very early in the game. That could be a problem.
Let's hope it doesn't come into play, but yeah, you don't want 2 this early.
Looks like they're going to get a sub in for her right away. Bobcats running that rolling offense. Looking for 3.
Wide open.
Unable to convert. Nice big rebound. That by Courtney Frank. You're right, it was good movement. The shot was there, just couldn't convert. Nemo. Nemo thinks about that 3 from the NBA range. Good ball move. Here's Nemo looking for the 3. She's got it.
She's got it. Nice shot. It looks like Bel Air is very aware of her outside shooting capabilities, and they are double teaming her, but she got that one off clean.
She's got 6 points. A nice interception. Stepping into the passing lane was Kaylin Hetrick. Here come the Mustangs. Up by 3. Nemo driving, gives it up. Great passing. Foul is going to be called. Driving and getting fouled was Miranda Turner. Remember, Turner has those 2 fouls. A little dangerous there. She could have been called for the offensive foul.
Yeah. I think they tagged Olivia Simon with that foul.
Jenny Donnelly, I think now they've given the foul to.
Before the shot.
Yeah.
Oh, no shot.
Yeah. Got to get to 7 fouls. Already 4 fouls the Mustangs have here, and the Bobcats have 5. Dangerous pass out front. Nemo recovers it. Nemo, that left-handed no-look pass. It goes off the Mustangs into the hands of the Bobcats. Coming up on the 3-minute mark left here in this first period. Shell, not a lot of scoring, but a fast-paced quarter so far.
Definitely a fast-paced game.
Bobcats.
I wonder if they're moving the ball as much as their coach would like, passing and moving. That there was a good opportunity.
Oh, great drive. That's Maggie Hall. Maggie now has 5. She averages only 9 points a game, but you can see she has that quick first step. Nemo looking for another 3. She's got it. I think I would go out and guard
Hot
her.
hand. Yeah, maybe triple team.
She has 9
She definitely
points.
has a hot hand right now.
3 threes she has. 11-7. Mustangs with the lead. Nice rebound. That's Frank again. Boy, Frank has done a great job off the boards. So
Frank's 5'11". That's quite tall. I think she might be the tallest player out there.
She looks it.
Yeah, she's really crashing the boards.
Nemo looks for another 3 and gets it. Maddie Nemo has 4 threes in this first period. Her team has doubled up the Bel Air Bobcats 14-7. Wow.
3 times 3 is what, Don?
Oh, 4 times 3.
4 times 3. Yeah, look at that score.
That's
crazy.
amazing. She has 12 of the Mustangs' 14 points as they have now that double-digit lead. Well, actually doubled the lead up by 7 points. 1:57 left in the first. Nimmo, that's how she averages 18 points a game, huh?
Yeah, God bless her for that outside shot. And you know,
there's the Becky Dutko, sorry, Cheryl, talking to her team. The 6th-year head coach, a special ed teacher, does a great job here at C. Milton Wright. We saw Calvin Skelton just a moment ago telling his team, look, you know, you knew that C. Milton Wright was going to be up for you. You got to guard this Nimmo kid.
Yeah. And when she was coming to the top right from our view, where Olivia Simon is right now, when she was coming to the top right, they were double teaming her. But when she pulls over to the left side of the three-point area, she's not getting guarded hardly at all. That's something that the coach is going to have to correct.
The foul is going to be called. That's going to go against Courtney Frank. Going for the basketball, but she also wiped off the Bel Air player. For Frank, that is her first foul. Team's 4th foul. They have 4 team fouls. At 7, you start shooting. Bobcats down by 7. Nice driving one-hander. Block, though. Frank is there. Battling for the basketball. It's going to go over to C. Milton Wright on the alternating possession rule. Maggie Hall says, hey, I was hammered. It has to be a foul. Look, I got red marks on my arm. Nimmo.
She's quite the ball handler as well.
Very quick. She's going to shoot it again, and off the front of the rim this time. Foul is going to be
Over
called.
the back.
Well, the officials are doing a nice job, but they are calling some fouls.
Better to keep it clean in the beginning than try to clean it up in the end.
That foul is going to go against the Bobcats, Juliana Harden. Her first. Sitting down now for Bel Air is number 11, Maggie Hall. Cross-court pass, dangerous. Frank doing a nice job. Remember, Frank has those 2 fouls. He's still in there. .15 seconds on the shot clock. Nimmo being closely guarded now. Emilia Svoboda in the ball game for the Bobcats. Looks like they put number 5, Svoboda, in the ball game just for that purpose of shadowing Nimmo.
Yeah, I think they need more than one person on her based on her output so far.
So you're calling for a diamond, or I should say a triangle and 2. Wow.
I'm just saying, get a hand on her face,
I
or
think
2.
You might see like a zone, 4-person zone, and a 1-person on Nimmo. That might be what Skelton comes
so
to.
C. Milton's defending right now in the 2-3, but man-to-man.
That's Svoboda. Yeah, they're switching. Out of bounds it goes. It's going to stay here with the Bobcats.
Just trying to confuse me.
Clock runs at 45-5. Shot clock at 27.
Bel Air is going to have to come up with the perimeter shots, some 3-pointers to get back in this game pretty quickly.
Taken away. Mustangs get it. Driving for the basket, up, and it does not fall. Good play by Kaylin Hetrick. Here come the Bobcats, driving all the way through, and the foul is going to be called. No, they're going to call walking. Traveling was the call. Lots of contact there.
I think that could have gone either way, either traveling or offensive. Her defenders were well set when she got there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's worth the effort just to try to get an defensive block.
23 seconds. So it looked like the Mustangs would be content with the last shot. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds. Nimmo driving. Passes the ball into the corner, open for the shot. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes off to the Bobcats. That's Sophia Simon in the ball game. Foul is going to be called. I don't think that's going to be a shooting foul. I don't think she was in the act of shooting.
Block. It's got to be on the floor, so they'll put, what, a tick or 2 back on the clock?
Officials conferring. Michael Taylor, Stan Zalewski. No, they're saying
22 on the floor.
Foul is against Nemo. And I think that is like you said, Cheryl, they may put a couple ticks back on, but right now the clock reads 00.
Both teams are at their bench.
Yeah,
So
I think that they're saying
yeah,
the period
so-
is over.
Yep, sure enough, they ended that quarter.
So 14-7 is our score. Nemo, Maddie Nemo, the sophomore, with 12 big points, all on three-point shooting. She's 4 out of 5, according to my stats. The other 2 points scored by Jenny Donnelly. So that's the 14 points that C. Milton Wright has as they lead now by 14-7. The Bel Air Bobcats, remember, undefeated, but Miss Nemo wants to see that 0 come off their record.
Did you get a height for her when they were doing the opening lineup?
They told me 5'4", but then they said 5'2". So, I was sort of going with 5'3". She's in that neighborhood.
Okay.
But quick and a very accurate shooter. And again, I remind you, she's a sophomore.
It's remarkable. She's shooting, she's got a 5, 6, 7 point deficit, and she's shooting over the heads and hands of girls that are 5'10", 5'11".
There you see some of the fans here at C. Milton Wright. Very politely, the kids were told to sit down because they were blocking the view of the commentators, and guess what?
How
they sat
kind.
down.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Now, if I were a kid and somebody told me to sit down,
You'd stand up.
No, I would sit down. Yes, because it was the right thing to do. And
You're
also,
right.
the principal knew who I was, and I would be in trouble the next day.
There
so,
you go.
Yeah. Well, here we go. The Bobcats with a 7-point deficit as we go into the second period.
Let's see if they are planning for that outside shot, or if they're still going to try to work the inside.
That's a great defense. Now looking for the short shot, short of the three-pointer, I should say. That's Juliana Harden. So the Bobcats narrow the lead now to 5 at 14-9. Here comes Nemo on the run. Gets a great pass and a conversion. That's Jenny Donnelly, but credit Nemo, who drew the defense to her and then passed the ball.
Yeah, C. Milton Wright has settled into a full court press here.
Driving one-hander, partially blocked. The travel is going to be called. Donnelly had the rebound, but she and Frank were sort of battling for it. Two teammates ended up taking some steps. 16-9 now. That 7-point lead restored here in the second period for C. Milton Wright. Harden with
Now
the ball.
C. Milton Wright's in a zone.
Looking Harden, and she gets the three.
Sinks one.
Juliana Harden now with 5 points here in the second period. Narrows the lead to 4. Nemo almost has the ball taken away. Nemo with a three. No, off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound comes off to Harden.
And C. Milton pulled back on the press that time.
Open underneath, can't get the ball to her. Now they do. Short shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, that's Svoboda. And Frank with the rebound. Frank with the 2 fouls. Nemo. Nemo can dribble with either hand. Just a great ball handler.
She handles the ball like a college kid.
Keeps her head up. She's looking for somebody open.
Yeah, she's only a sophomore. Just imagine the development that's going to come.
That's Frank with the driving one-hander. Her first 2 points of the night. Her team back up by 6 at 18-12. Now the press taken away. And it's an offensive foul is called.
I think that's an excellent call.
Olivia Brimmer went into the defender, and she's called with the foul. 18-12 as the Bobcats have a chance now. Back in the ball game for Bel Air. It's Maggie Hall, the senior captain.
Springer's going to get a breath here.
Mustangs with a press. I'm a little bit surprised with the lead they're pressing.
I think they do not want Bel Air to get this momentum back.
Jump ball is the call, and they'll go over to the Mustangs on the alternated possession. Now this is an exciting basketball game. Reminds you again, the Bobcats undefeated 13-0, facing their arch rivals, the Mustangs, who are 10-5, only 5-4 in the league. Nemo, nice screen set there for Nemo.
They got the call from the bench. Whatever it is, it's a 5.
Well, we'll see what 5 means here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Frank is going to be hit. Oh, nice sportsmanship coming over. Juliana Harden picks up the foul. That's her second. Team 6 now. Actually, the team's fifth foul. Substitute coming in for the Bobcats. That's Emma Sansa, junior number 4. Sitting down is Juliana Harden with those 2 fouls.
Still C. Milton ball.
Nice job by Amelia Sabota, who came in number 5. Nemo off the side of the backboard. Great job by Frank. Nemo driving. Contact, no foul called. Now a foul is called. It's going to be called against the Bobcats. I think that's Svoboda picks up the foul. Actually, no, Emma Sansa, number 4. Nope, they're saying it was Svoboda. That's her first foul. 5:28 left in this halftime. Nemo, just a heady player.
She's
Driving, pushed up
nice.
that one-hander, won't fall. Rebound comes off to the Bobcats. That's Maggie Hall. Hall on the move. Oh, nice
C. Milton
cross-court
is
pass.
just shutting down the inside. Bel Air cannot penetrate.
Foul's going to be called. Putting the shot up was Olivia Simon. Olivia Simon, the senior, 8 points a game, 4 rebounds. First team volleyball, headed for Florida. She's the nation's number 7 ranked volleyball player.
She's got great hands as a setter. I've enjoyed watching her play this past season, last
This is
fall.
the first.
The funny thing is she could play as a hitter, as special teams defensively, but her dad is her coach, and he wanted the best setter he could get on his team. So his daughter is setting.
Makes the second, 1 out of 2. She's got 3 points.
Just a 5-point game now, Don.
Yep, her team is, they've hung in there. They were trailing by 7 at the first period. Back out front it comes. Frank with the ball. Now it's Nemo. Being closely guarded. She drives, puts it up, and gets it in there. Nemo, that's her first 2-pointer of the night. Gives her 14 points here. We're just about halfway through the second period. Lead back up to 7. That's where it was at the half. I mean, at the first period. Little short jumper, and that's good. Good play there by Maggie Hall. Maggie now has 7.
Is she a lefty, or did I imagine that?
She is a lefty, yeah. That's the thing I like about Nemo. Notice that she is a right-handed player, right-handed shooter, but she's equally comfortable dribbling left-handed. Puts up another shot. Front of the rim, no good. Bobcats with the rebound.
Down.
That was Sia Blangus in the ball game with the rebound. Blangus thinks about the shot, gives it up off the backboard, no good. Out of bounds it goes. Oh, that ball doesn't give.
No,
Maggie Hall diving for the ball.
that's all out. That's what I'm saying about both of these teams, all their players, all out 100% from start to finish. And now she's rubbing her bum and her knees just a little bit.
Harden back in the ball game. Juliana Harden for Bel Air with 2 fouls.
That's what you just said. That wall's a Harden.
That's Cheryl Silence. Any cards and letters? She is a stand-up comedian. She's sitting down right now, but still funny.
Thanks, Don.
You're welcome. Frank looking for, she's fouled, but the foul was not called. Boy, it looked like there was contact. Driving, giving it up, looking from the corner. That's good.
Somebody set a screen.
Good shot there by 20 Sia Flangus. Flangus gets the basket.
Bremer is limping off. She took a hard hit there in that
Almost
screen.
a knee-to-knee kind of contact.
Yeah.
Olivia Bremer, the junior, 4.0 GPA student. I look at some of the GPAs the coaches provided us with. It's amazing. So you got student athletes who are the true student athlete, not just athletes.
Smart folks.
Nimmo. Oh, don't give her that three-point shot. I'm surprised
I
she
believe
didn't
she
take it.
missed an opportunity there. Yeah, and she probably would like to have that back.
Nimmo
So now
driving.
she's going to go inside.
And banks it in. Maddie Nimmo now has 16 points. We just crossed the 3-minute mark of the second period. We had some situation in the stands. The officials called a timeout here. Not sure exactly what happened. Officials right on the spot, though. Don't have any idea what the delay is, but it didn't have anything to do with the action on the court.
Shoe, maybe?
Not sure.
I don't know.
Back in the ball game for C. Milton Wright. It's
Well, Michael Taylor was addressing a player under the basket, and now Stan Zalewski has gone over to explain the situation to Coach Skelton.
Olivia Craig in the ball game, number 23, one of the captains. She's a senior, not a starter, but one of those glue kind of people that keeps her team together.
That Bel Air just cannot get a shot off on the inside. C. Milton has closed that up like a coffin.
Kaylin Hetrick with the rebound. Gives it up. Driving one-hander and gets it to fall. That's Kristen Martin in the ball game for her first 2 points. Lead now back up to 7. That's where it was at the end of the first period.
Maddie Nimmo showing that she's not only a great shooter, she's a team player. She gave up that pass when she could have easily taken the shot.
Here's Nimmo. Great pass. Didn't
Couple
get the feet
steps.
down. Yeah, yep, it's got that sort of a slide step. They do that in the NBA and get away with it.
Do they call anything in the NBA?
No, your turn to shoot, my turn to shoot.
Yeah.
Juliana Harden now bringing the ball up for the Bobcats, up by 7. 2:18 and counting left in the first half, I should say. Thinking about the three.
Bel Air down 7 again. They are going to have to start thinking about that perimeter shot. Something outside the line. Oh, terrible
Nimmo,
pass.
yeah, it was, but a nice save there by the. And there let's see, the tie up. It'll stay here with the Bobcats. Alternating possession. Back in the ball game for the Bobcats is Amelia Svoboda. Did a nice job playing defense on Nimmo back there in the early part of this period. 2 minutes exactly left in the half. Nice rebound by Nimmo, a long rebound. Here come the Mustangs. Here come the Bobcats.
It's a good takeaway for Bel Air. The question is, will
Foul
they hold
from
on
behind.
to it?
Hetrick with the foul. For the Bobcats, that is their, I should say for the Mustangs, that is their 8th foul. That means that going to the line, shooting 1-and-1 is Juliana Harden. Harden with 5 points, all in this period. Misses the front end of that 1-and-1. They say it's off C.
Was off C.
Milton.
Milton.
Bobcats will have it.
Going back to Bel Air. They've got to take advantage of this. There's 1 minute 41 seconds left in this half, and Bel Air has got to put some points on the board here and close the gap.
Mackenzie Springer in the ball game, number 2 for the Bobcats.
That was a nice pass and
Oh,
shot.
and a great shot. That's by Svoboda. Amelia Svoboda makes a 3-point shot, makes it 24-19. Actually, a 2-point shot. Her foot was on the line. Oh, great rebound by the Mustangs. Good pass and great conversion. The shot made by number 20. That's Miranda Turner, her first 2 of the night. Shell, I didn't see who made that great rebound and pass, but it's a great move by the Mustangs.
Yes.
Looking for 3, Harden unable to convert. Tied up. It will go to the Mustangs. Really impressed with the play of Svoboda coming off the bench, playing great defense. Bobcats back within 7 now at 26-19. Inside a minute left in the first half. looking for three, and that's good from the outside by Miranda Turner. She's got 5. Her team up by 10, double-digit lead, the biggest lead of the night. Looking from the outside, there's that outside shot you were looking for. Long though, rebound comes off into the hands
Nice
of Martin.
pickoff by
Taken
Svoboda.
away by the Bobcats.
Yeah.
Battle for the ball underneath. Travel is going to be called. It'll be Bel Air basketball. 33.3 seconds, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Bobcats could save it for the last shot of the half, Cheryl, if they wanted to. With a 10-point lead. Oh,
That's
great
what's
little
been
inside
missing.
shot. Svoboda.
Overall, I think Bel Air has the height advantage, but you wouldn't have known it from the inside. From
Traveling
the
is,
inside the key. Why can't I think of the word key?
traveling is the call. I think I said the Bobcats had a 10-point lead. I should have said the Mustangs with a
Mustangs,
10-point lead. Sorry about that,
Now
fans.
down to 8.
Yeah, with 12 seconds left here. Bobcats need to put it up. They need to score.
I think that's what they're holding for is, nope, that's off of Bel Air.
Yeah,
Couldn't
with
recover that one.
4 seconds, that's enough time to get the ball up the floor.
And who do you think's going to handle that ball?
I believe it might be Miss Nemo. She's going to shoot from half court. Is that a foul they called? Did they call a foul as she shot the ball? The whistle blew.
1 second. They're going to put 1 second back on the clock and give the ball to,
Yeah, that would be the 17th foul.
I'm sorry, that was against Nemo?
Now,
It had to have been, they called the offensive charge.
Ah.
That had to be the call. How else would Bel Air get the ball back?
I would never question the officials, but I didn't see Nemo charging. It looked like she got hit as she tried to shoot the ball.
This happened on the back half of the court here, and they did set up a good defensive stand. She tried to go between them, and I guess there wasn't quite enough room for her to.
Shot is up and
Nice.
good. Oh, what a shot. That by Mackenzie Springer. Boy, let's remember that shot. It narrows it to 6 points. What a turnaround. Seamold Wright had the ball with a few seconds left. Instead, Bel Air gets it back, and Springer gets the shot. And then 10-point lead becomes a 6-point lead at half. Cheryl, what a turnaround that was.
Yeah, they closed that gap quickly, and I think Bel Air just in that last few seconds, even minute and a half or so, have realized what their strength is. They have the height advantage. They need to take care of it inside the perimeter. Working from the outside is not working for them. C. Milton Wright's defense is too strong, and they cannot.
Sure, we're going to take a break here at halftime. We're going to try to corral those officials here at half and see exactly what that call was. There you see the shot on the replay that they scored the 2 points here with no time left on the clock. So we'll take a break here at halftime. We'll come back with our score 29-23. It's the C. Milton Wright homestanding C. Milton Wright Mustangs leading by 6 over the undefeated Bel Air Bobcats. We'll be right back.
The officials leave the.
Well, we're back with you at C. Milton Wright where the score is 29-23. The homestanding C. Milton Wright's leading by 29-23. Had a 10-point lead. Cheryl, you and I were able to talk to the officials, and I talked to the scores table. It was actually a travel call on Nemo with time left on the clock. Now, the horn sounded, but the officials corrected that there were about 2 seconds left in the half. Gave the Bel Air Bobcats a chance, and Mackenzie Springer converted with that 2 points. And again, I want us to remember those 2 points, because if the game comes down to a close finish, that turnaround where C. Milton Wright had the ball with a chance to score and almost no time left on the clock, and Bel Air was able to score.
Exactly. So having a 6-point deficit at halftime rather than the 10-point deficit they had just a short time ago. It's a game changer, potentially.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how far the biggest deficit the Bobcats had this year. I'm not sure what that was. But down by 10 points, certainly when you're undefeated at 13-0, you probably didn't have many of those deficits, especially against your arch rival on their floor.
Exactly. We were talking earlier about the C. Milton and Bel Air game earlier this year, which ended up being a 54-31 win for Bel Air. But they were saying that it was a closer game than that throughout, and Bel Air actually got the momentum in the end and scored a lot of points in a short period of time. So that potentially they could do it again, or if C. Milton keeps pressing that ball and allowing the perimeter shot with Nemo, they've still got a lot of points in their pocket.
And Cheryl, you made a great point that the Bobcats have not really been able to get the ball inside. Every time they've gotten it inside, that great stifling defense of the Mustangs has sort of shut them down. Well, Nemo with 16 points here in the first half, 12 in the first period, 4 3-pointers. She had a couple of 2-pointers in that second period. Here come the Bobcats now with the basketball, down by a 6-point margin at 29-23. Taken away by the Mustangs. Great defense. That's Miranda Turner, the sophomore, making the interception. Nemo with the basketball. Driving. Going to be fouled. Looks like Svoboda.
Completely incidental there.
Yeah, it was. And Svoboda is showing that great sportsmanship. Goes over and helps her up. That's the second foul on Amelia Svoboda. She's starting here in the second half, and one of the reasons because she was able to shut down Nemo to a point. Nemo with only 4 points in the second period.
That's a good call by the coach.
Comes Frank with the drive up. Oh, great block. And now losing the basketball.
She can't pick. Wow.
Maggie Hall with the block, but she loses the basketball. Maggie's shown that she can run the floor. Give up. Frank with the basketball. Nemo now. Great defense. Nemo gives it up. Shot from the corner. No good. Rebound. That's Harden. A great look by Nemo, unable to make the conversion. Foul's going to be called. Simone Wright gets the basketball back. Foul again on Svoboda, her second. Taken away by the Bobcats.
They need to hold on to this ball and not give up the easy turnover. They've got to hold the ball for a while.
That Mustang defense constantly moving. Harden with the cross-court pass. Almost taken away. Saved in bounds. Bounced around, but the Mustangs end up with it, and now it's tied up, and the alternating possession will stay right here. Wow. That was quite a bit of action right there.
It resembled a wrestling match.
Emma Sansa with the basketball. That cross-court pass, very dangerous. Nemo, all 5'2", up and knocks it away. Nice driving one-hander. That play by number 11 again, Maggie Hall. Maggie has 9. Maggie shows that great athletic ability she has. Foul's going to be called as Nemo starts the drive. Maddie Nemo, sophomore. Maddie, a 3.4 GPA student. Plays softball and volleyball in addition to playing basketball.
Double teaming Nemo now.
On the line, unhappy with the call. Maggie Hall says, hey, that was a steal. And Maggie has this great athletic ability.
Nemo's being double teamed. And of course, good block.
Great block. And out of bounds though. Maggie Hall blocked that pass.
Yeah, she knew she was out of bounds and she jumped up and just tried to knock it back in play, but not successful on that one.
Good job by the officials to be right on it too.
Yeah, that's good thinking.
Yeah. Here's Courtney Frank to trigger the ball in. Lead down to 4. Nice takeaway, nice block away at least. Nemo now with the basketball. With a foul, this time it's going to go against Harden again. I think for Harden, that might be her 3rd. It is. besides being a great athlete, Nemo is such a great thinker. Well, Hall is really hustling on defense. Nemo drives, gives it up. Short shot, good. That's by Caitlin Hetrick.
I find myself just watching her and wonder, because I see her thinking every moment. And she's hurting too. She's limping just a little bit. Must have had a little run-in with another kneecap. That's her second foul.
Foul called against the Mustangs. Yeah, it is her second. 2 on the Nemo.
Springer's back in the game for Bellaire.
Bobcats trailing by 6. We're at the 5:30 mark of the third period. From the corner, looking for 3 off the side of the rim, no good. That was Allie Tibbs in the ball game, putting it up from that corner.
Look at her speed. She just runs past 2 or 3.
And makes a great pass.
Players.
Great conversion.
Now it's
that basket by number 10, Jenny Donnelly. Donnelly now has 6.
Back to an 8-point lead.
Offensive foul is the call. Maggie Hall just cannot believe it. So the ball goes over to the Mustangs. Here's a replay you'll see on this. The officials are now talking about it. You see the drive here.
Well, I don't see how that could be a charge since the defensive player was moving with her.
Yeah. It's a tough call for an official, but it looked like, and the officials get together. And they're going to say, yeah, they're going to stay with the call, an offensive call. Calvin Skelton cannot believe it. The good news for Hall, that is her first foul of the night. Bad news is the ball goes over to C. Milton.
They double team her in backcourt. Nemo with the ball. It doesn't matter to her.
Oh, she's amazing.
She says, I'm going to get out of this. You can't trap me.
And remember, she's a right-hander, but dribbles left as well as she does right. Nice rebound. That's Svoboda. Driving. Gets the basket. Amelia Svoboda with 6 now.
Bellaire fans came alive on that fast break. It is the first fast break that Bellaire has had with a successful score.
Nemo gets open. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Frank, and she's going to be fouled. A nice job hanging with that ball, Courtney Frank. She'll go to the line. She'll shoot 2. 6-point lead. We had a 6-point lead at the halftime. That's right where we are right now. Frank averaging 8 points a game. She's only got 2 on the night. Headed for East Carolina. 4.2 GPA student. Cross-country runner, lacrosse player, and basketball player. I don't think she sleeps, you know, with a 4.2 average and playing 3 sports. Missed both free throws. Nice ball movement. Open for the shot. Long, no good. That was Springer with that shot. Rebound by Frank, but taken away by Bellaire. And the Bobcats get the basket. It's Olivia Simon. Olivia with her 5th point of the night. Lead down to 4. Frank. Driving. Oh, great block. Foul is going to be called. I hope she's not injured. Looked like Hall went up and maybe they banged heads. I'm not sure.
I think her head hit the ground when she came down.
The foul is going to be called on the Maggie Hall. Here's a replay you'll see on this drive. Notice how she comes in and makes the block. And then hits her head, boy, right on the back of the head on that hard surface. Makes the free throw.
Don, there's a lot of emphasis regarding concussions and head safety in high school sports now, especially. Would they pull her out of the game and do some sort of protocol to check for a concussion? She's really grabbing her head and hurting.
2 free throws both made. Back to the 6-point lead. Almost gets the interception. Svoboda driving, has it blocked. Gets the ball back. Good for the basket. That basket by Olivia Simon. Simon now has 7 and the lead back to 4. It was 6.5. Simon gets the screen, puts it up front of the rim, no good. Frank with the rebound, but throws it out of bounds. That 3-point shot, they say you live and die with it. It was going down consistently for...
She has missed the last several that she's taken.
Yeah, and the defense has been a little tougher too. She hasn't had those open shots she did before.
Yep. Frequently looking at 2 Bel Air defenders in her face.
Harden back in the game with those 3 fouls for the Bobcats. She with the basketball. Here's Hall driving.
That was a nice
Scoop
pick.
left-handed. Wow, Maggie Hall, what a basket. She's got 11.
2-point game now, Don.
That's as close as we've been. Since very early in the first period. Oh, great pass. Block from behind. The block by Olivia Simon.
Now you're seeing Bel Air take advantage of their height. They're not much taller across the board than C. Milton Wright, but those couple of girls, Hall and Simon.
Hall with the shot that could have tied it off the front of the rim, no good. 2 minutes and 30 seconds and counting left here in the third period. We have a ball game. Timeout.
Timeout for C. Milton.
Coach Dutko wants to talk to her team. Again, we go back to the end of that first half when it was a 8-point game with C. Milton a chance to score again to make it a 10-point game. Instead, the traveling gave Bel Air the basketball back. What could have been a 10-point lead or should have been an 8-point lead ended up being 6 points.
Yep.
And we talked about how important that might be as we come to the conclusion of the game here with 2:26 left in the third period. We give the Bobcats so much credit. I mean, we talked about with Calvin Skelton, there you see Coach Dutko talking to her team, how they've not blown out teams this year. They've had close games, so they're used to playing this kind of game. I'm not sure how far behind they've been now, trailing by 10 points at one point.
10 points at one point and 2 points now.
Yep.
And if they're looking for a takeaway, now's the time.
There's Coach Dutko, as you see, talking to her team. Special ed teacher here at C. Milton Wright in her 6th year of coaching. 2 years ago, C. Milton went to the state semifinals. Bobcats had never made it to the region finals in the 16 years that Calvin Skelton has coached. They have never made it that far. This year with this undefeated team, and Calvin very correctly says this may not be the best team he's ever had, but this team is so placed together so well.
Several of these girls have played multiple sports inside and outside of school, played together, been together, just even socializing, and that builds a team
Hall with the takeaway, but I think she's going to be called with her 3rd foul. Boy, Maggie Hall, the captain of the team, has just taken it upon herself to try to get her team back in the game. Yeah, that's Maggie's 3rd foul here with 2:11 left in the third period. That's the 17th foul here, and we're still 2:11 left in the third period.
Yeah.
C. Milton has just 1 foul. Misses the 1-and-1. Block the shooter. They don't. And they allow Caitlin Hetrick to come in and at least get the rebound for a moment. But she'll be called for the foul. She's got 3 now, does Caitlin Hetrick. That's only the 2nd team foul on C. Milton Wright here. Harden driving. Bobcats a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Svoboda can't get it to fall. Frank comes up with a rebound. Boy, she's had a lot of rebounds, Cheryl.
Yes, she has. The ball staying with C. Milton Wright.
So impressed with Amelia Sorota. She shot the ball on the offensive end, got back on the defensive end to disrupt it. Didn't
quick.
start the game.
That shows you a little bit about the depth of the Bel Air bench.
Yeah. .15 on the shot clock. Frank from the outside, front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes to Harden. Minute 30 left in the third. Bel Air with a chance to tie or take the lead. Looking for three that could be the lead. No, it does not go down. Tied up. Possession arrow goes to C. Milton Wright. Bobcats had a chance to take the lead had that fallen. When you go back to the first period, Nimmo went on that 4 3-point spurge and just put her team ahead from the beginning. This is the closest the Bobcats have been. Blocking foul called on Springer.
How many fouls she got, Don?
Springer has 2. The team only has 3 team fouls. They haven't put up the third one yet. Nimmo ignores that screen that was made in the middle of her shot.
Does anything phase her?
I don't think so. And remember, I keep saying she's a sophomore. Rolls the second one in.
She's rock solid.
First 2 points of the second half. Lead back up now to 4. Inside it goes, great defense. Harden driving, scoops it up left-handed, won't fall. Rebound, oh, what a nice rebound. That by Olivia Simon. Simon has 6 here in this third period.
Now she's showing the height.
Nimmo driving, gives it up. Frank.
See, Milton is moving the ball around quite a bit.
Frank driving, wild shot, blocked, puts it up again, won't fall. Rebound comes off to Miss Simon, Olivia Simon, the senior. Harden with the scoop shot is going to be fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Juliana was 5 points. She had all 5 there in this first half. None here in the third period so far.
This is key right here. These 2 shots are going to be.
First team all-county volleyball, a lacrosse player headed for LaSalle to play lacrosse. We're talking about Juliana Harden.
Can she bring it to within 1 point?
Misses them both. Rebound comes out long into the hands of Caitlin Hetrick. Nimmo. So impressed with her ball handling and passing. Looking for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. That shot was by Miranda Turner. Here come the Bobcats. Chance to tie. Harden driving. It's good. We're tied just as this horn sound at the end of the third period. Wow. Juliana
That's exciting
Harden.
basketball.
We are tied at 37. So we talked about that play that Bel Air had ending the half to get those 2 points. And now right at the end of this half, they scored the 2 points to tie it. Down by 6 at the half, they have come all the way back to tie it at 37.
They found something, Don, here in this second half. They've had 2 breakaways and scored on both of them through the inside. And they have been able to stop Nimmo from shooting the 3-point shots on the outside. She's not even trying to put them up right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of passing going on the inside for C. Milton Wright, but they're unable to put the ball in the hoop. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if in this next quarter, Nimmo comes out shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah. Nimmo had only 2 points in that third period, and they were both free throws. She has 18 on the night, leading all scorers. Maggie Hall with 11 points. The big star of that third period for the Bobcats was Olivia Simon. She had 6 points and a total of 9 now on the game.
Not to mention her takeaways and rebounds.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm so impressed with Hall and Simon. They are seniors on this team. Hall, a captain, and they are hustling because they realize their team is in danger of losing their first game of the year, and they don't want it to happen on their watch. Well, here we go. Bel Air has the basketball on the alternating possession. Chance to take the lead. It would be their first lead of the night if they could. Bobcats 13-0 on the season, 8-0 coming in. C Milton Wright 10-5, 5-4 in the conference.
Skelton's having a discussion with Michael Taylor on the far side. Looks like we're ready to play now. Well, Don, we knew we were going to see a good game coming in, and we have not been disappointed.
It has not disappointed one iota. Great pass inside, and the score, that's by Olivia Simon. Harden with the pass, and now that first lead for the Bobcats at 39-37. What a great play that was. Harden playing great defense. Every time Nimmo gets the ball, it's Harden right on her. Shot from the corner is open and good. That one by Jenny Donnelly. Donnelly with 8 now. Team's tied at 39.
The very bleachers are shaking under us, Don, because all of a sudden,
and now a wild pass goes out of
C Milton
bounds.
Wright is into this game, and they may feel just slightly threatened by the even score now.
Olivia Craig in the game, one of the captains, came off the bench in the first half. She's back in. Here come the Mustangs with a chance to reassume the lead. Frank driving, has it blocked. Great block by Maggie Hall. Here comes Hall with the basketball. Harden. Now to Sansa. Pass, looking for the pass inside. What a play by Hall to come out and take that ball away. And then Nimmo, those hands she has.
Single-handedly took that one away.
Driving Nimmo up and good. Maddie Nimmo, 20 points, averaging 18 points a game on the season. Puts her team back ahead by 2.
Bel Air's looking to even it up, but they don't want to go unmatched. When C Milton gets 2, they want to get them back.
Driving one-hander, no good as Hall tried to get it to fall. Rebound comes off to
It's 3
Craig.
on 1 right here.
Driving, scooping one-hander, Miranda Turner. How did she get that ball up and good?
I think she's been studying the moves of her teammate, number 22.
Hall driving, gives it up. Good. Great pass from Hall to Simon. Simon now has 13. Back within 2. Mustangs had a 4-point lead. Now it's down to 2. Thinks about the 3 and will take it. Off the back of the rim, no good. There's Hall. Unable to keep the rebound, though. Mustangs have it. Frank. Now Nimmo. Blankus is on her. Blankus about 5 or 6 inches taller. Nimmo's open, puts it up, no, off the front of the rim. Rebound comes off into the hands of Emma Sansa. Here come the Bobcats with another chance to tie.
They've slowed the pace down here, and they are setting up, running offensive plays like their coach wants them to. And they're trying to be patient and wait for the right shot like that one.
Like that one, which won't fall. There's Nimmo, the shortest person on the court, with the rebound. Nimmo gives it up to Craig. No good, off the side of the rim, and Michael Taylor will say, no, you can't hit the side of that basket backboard. That's out of bounds, and so Bel Air will get the basketball with another chance to tie. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this great basketball game. Shell, did you pay to get in tonight?
I did not, but I feel guilty about not.
Yeah, I do too. I'm going to go give them some money. Okay, 5 cents. I am cheap.
I did support by buying a candy bar.
There you go. Open for the shot. It will not fall. Frank gets that rebound. Boy, she has done a great job on the boards tonight. Nemo gives it up. Craig with the basketball. Nemo thinks about it. Harden with the defense. Frank drives up, no good. Rebound to Bel-Air. Here come the Bobcats. That's Svoboda. Nemo has the head, disrupts it. Hall, jumper, rolls it in.
Tie ball game again.
Maggie Hall, I should say, 13 points. There's a three-point shot, which won't fall. Here comes Hall. We are tied at 43. 3:50 and counting left in this great basketball game. Hall inside. Frank there to catch the rebound. To catch the deflection, I should say. Looking for three. Off the rim, no good. Hall, great hustle. Maggie Hall, what a player she is. Open for the three-point shot, but it won't fall. Rebound, no good. And the foul is going to be called as Harden gets the rebound, puts it up again, and gets fouled. Juliana Harden with 7. Two key shots coming up. So they call them free throws. There's nothing free about them.
No, they
You gotta
should
make
be
'em.
free.
You gotta make them, and she does. Bobcats take their second lead of the night, this time by 1. Back into the ball game is Jenny Donnelly. Sitting down is Olivia Craig.
In the first half, we saw 2 missed free throws by Bel-Air.
That's Hall with the rebound. How did she get in there and get that rebound? Couldn't get it to fall. Here's
Hall
Nemo
rhymes with tall.
into the corner. Nemo driving. Nope, they're going to say she took the extra step. Calvin Skelton talking to his team. Calvin, a 16-year head coach of the Bel-Air Bobcats. Calvin does a little bit of everything. He's the PA announcer for the football games at Bel-Air.
He's not a teacher?
Oh, he is a teacher.
Oh, he is a teacher.
Yeah, but he's always involved in the students. He's just one of those teachers that the kids love. Straight pass inside, looking for the open shot. And it rolls around, won't fall. That was Sansa had that open shot, had it halfway down, but it wouldn't go in.
If I had $5, I would bet you that she's going to take this shot.
Nemo?
At the top of the key. Yep.
Okay, well, I'm holding you to it. Oh, you said if you had $5.
I had $5.
I see. Shot clock down to 10. Nemo with the basketball. Nemo driving, has it blocked, gets it back, puts it up, won't go. And the basket is good at the buzzer. That by Jenny Donnelly. Donnelly has 10. Her team back up by 1.
That's what highlight reels are made of.
You know what? Let's just go overtime right now. What do you say? 4 periods is not enough for this game. Harden, cross court. Sandra driving up. Foul is going to be called. Emma Sands is going to go to the line. She'll shoot 2.
Now this is where you have to make these shots. You're down 1, with a chance to go up 1, just sinking a free throw.
And Sansa, who has yet to score tonight, she is not a scorer. She's a passer, one of the leading assist people on the team. This is the first. Another chance to tie. 1 minute, 54 seconds left in regulation.
My coach would always tell me, use the backboard. Use the backboard.
Second and cleanly
Nothing
through.
but
We're tied. 45-45. Minute 51. Maddie Nimmo. Frank with the basketball. Offensive foul is the call. Maggie Hall, who wasn't happy with one of the other calls, this time is very happy with it. Miranda Turner with 4 fouls now.
Notice the matchup over there, the 5'10" or 5'11" Hall being matched up with Nimmo. It's a 6-inch difference, and yet
And
Milton ends up with the ball, and
Nimmo,
she's so
open person.
unselfish.
Great rebound by Hall. Here she comes. 1-on-2, puts it up. She's fouled. Maggie Hall is just all hustle. She got that rebound and went, 60 feet with the basketball. Drew the foul. She'll go to the line. She'll shoot 2. Game tied at 45-45.
Coach Skelton calls it timeout. This one is well timed. That you give her a break, catch her breath, and so she can be successful at the free throw line.
Here's a replay. You'll see this great drive. You'll see she's got 2 defenders, Frank and Nimmo. Actually, Frank and Blagus. Excuse me, Frank and Turner. Yeah, she just drew that contact. I mean, she knew she had probably no chance of making the shot. Just put her body into her opponent and got the foul call. So impressed with the hustle, with the quality of basketball.
They have not stopped. They've not slowed down.
I'm tired watching them.
I thought it was just me.
No, I get tired getting out of bed in the morning, so that's just the way it is. Maggie Hall.
These 2 shots are imperative. No pressure, though. See, Milton fans are trying to make her feel it.
Nice rolls it in. She's 3 for 3 on the night from the free throw line. She's now got 14 points. Her team back up by 1. Minute 20 left in the game. This is the second. Frank with the rebound. I don't have any stats on rebounding, but Frank has to have at least a dozen rebounds. Nimmo.
They're not double teaming her, so let's see how much.
Spins it off the backboard, won't get it to fall, but she'll go to the line shooting 2. She is a basketball player.
You think?
I think.
I think she probably will be recruited.
I mean, left-handed, right-handed.
Again, only a sophomore. And she's leading this team, period, on the court. She is the team leader. Well, that's an unlikely miss.
Yeah, well shot, but just a bit long. Maddie Nimmo, 18 points a game. Plays softball and volleyball and 3.4 GPA. Second and good. She's got 21. We're tied at 46.
With a minute left.
Inside a minute right as we speak right now. Hall. Nimmo on her. You mentioned that before. Loses the dribble. Timeout. Timeout, Skelton.
Timeout.
You know, Calvin saw that his team was in trouble. He used that timeout. I don't know how many more he has. Let's see, timeouts left, one. Calvin has one timeout left. Becky Dutko has 3 timeouts left.
One more foul, though, from C. Milton Wright, and Bel Air will be in the bonus, shooting 2 on every foul.
Yeah, and the double bonus. And Mustangs, they are, the Bel Air Mustangs are in the bonus already as well, but just the 1-and-1. There you see Becky Dutko. Great look at her. Talking to her team, explaining exactly where we are. 53.2 seconds left. Cheryl, if you were in Coach Dutko's shoes, what would you be saying right now?
Oh, you know, solid defense, good passing, don't turn the ball over. Make the points, make the shots count. You know, you've got 53 seconds left and a tie score. Every time you put the ball up, you need to make it count.
But no pressure.
No fouls, no pressure. No fouls.
Just the biggest game of your life so far.
Yeah.
But no pressure.
I think the fouls are the most important thing right now because, like I said, one more foul and Bel Air will be shooting 2 at the line.
And Sansa will trigger the ball in. Juliana Harden does get it in. Inside 50 seconds. Shot clock at 8. Sansa. Shot clock at 2. And the shot clock goes off. C. Milton Wright will get the basketball with 39.4 seconds left. A 9.4 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cheryl, would you hold it for the last shot?
2 running teams. You can certainly try, but I can guarantee you that Bel Air is going to come out to the ball. They're not going to let you just stand around and hold it.
And the Bobcats have called their last timeout to discuss exactly what they're going to do defensively. This is exciting.
It is very exciting.
We had a 10-point game at one point, the C. Milton Wright lead. Then it was 6 at the half. Then we were tied. Bel Air took a 4-point lead at one point. Mustangs came back and tied it again, took a lead. Bel Air took a lead. Now we're tied again.
Yep. So Skelton, what's he telling his team? They've got to stop the shot, and probably means double teaming Nimmo. Stop the ball, get the ball back, and quickly get down the court, and they must make the points count. Did you think it would be a game like this?
You know, I hoped. Whenever we're doing games, of course, we have no partiality in terms of who wins. We just root for a good game. And, you know, we're thinking that Bel Air undefeated. Cheryl, remember, we schedule these games in this case in October.
Right.
So we have no idea how the two teams are going to match up. But we always know that C. Milton and Bel Air, you're assured it's going to be a competitive game.
Sure.
Whether it's going to be a quality game or not, you don't know. This has been only competitive, but a quality game.
Excellent on both sides of the ball.
And we have seen, I mean, Miss Nimmo, Maddie Nimmo, is just a basketball player all around.
She's a phenom.
She is that. And then Maggie Hall on the other side is just a hustling, wonderful player as well. There's Nimmo being double teamed, as you said. Sands on her. Nimmo with the drive up and will fall. Rebound. That comes off to Olivia Simon, and now it's the Bobcats. Shot clock and game clock exactly the same. Looking for 3. Foul is going to be called as Nimmo fouls.
And she will shoot 3 shots.
Yes, that's Maggie Hall who'll go to the line shooting 3. Maggie, who's 2 of 3 for the night. Here's a replay. You'll
I'm
see.
not sure if that Nimmo foul was intentional.
No, I think she just sort of lost her balance and went into it. So now we'll see if Hall can make a shot to put her team ahead.
There goes the lefty.
That's
putting
great.
one through.
Ice water in her veins. A 1-point lead for the Bobcats. Time
You
to
had
preserve.
mentioned Coach Skelton said that he had a lot of close games this season, so these girls are used to playing these close games, and you kind of do have to have ice in your veins.
22.9 seconds left, so even if she makes this shot to go up by 2, obviously C. Milton has a chance to come down and tie or take the lead.
well, then I can pretty much guarantee you that Nemo will be shooting outside the three-point line.
Makes the second.
Two-point game, and here comes
2-point
Nemo.
Nemo with the basketball. 20 seconds now, 17, 15.
It looks like they are going to hold the ball for the last shot,
Sabota on her, 7 seconds.
but it should be a 3
5
if they're going to win
seconds.
it.
Won't go. Rebound, Bel-Air. The Bobcats are going to hang on and win this basketball game by 48-46. The final score. The Bobcats have come back from what was a 10-point deficit to tie the game and then win it on Hall's free throws, 48-46. Wow, Cheryl.
I would not have believed it had I not been sitting here watching it.
Final score, the Bel-Air Bobcats win their 14th game of the year, their 9th in the conference, 9-0 in the Chesapeake, 14-0 overall. C. Milton Wright, a tough luck loser, 5-5 in the conference and 10-6 overall. We'll take a break, we'll come back, we'll talk to some of the stars of the game. Don't go away, 48-46, the Bel-Air Bobcats win this game at C. Milton Wright.
All right, this is Cheryl Silence coming to you from the gym at C. Milton Wright. We just saw a fantastic game between C. Milton Wright Mustangs and the Bel-Air Bobcats. Bel-Air came out on top of this one. So first I want to talk to, this is Maddie Nemo, or her nickname is Nemo. And Maddie's just a sophomore. Maddie, you had 21 points in the game tonight, and I understand your season average is 18. In the beginning, you were shooting the perimeter shot, the three-pointers. Tell me how you were feeling then.
In warm-ups, I was feeling it, just came out, started shooting, knew I had to do what I had to do to try to keep us into the game.
Then there was a little bit of a change at the halftime. You only shot a couple of more three-pointers in the second half of the game. Tell me what was going on then.
Bel-Air's defense was pushing out a lot more, and the middle was starting to open up, so I was trying to drive and create things on the outside for my team.
You did a really great job. What was the final score? 1 point difference, 2 point difference?
We lost by
2 points. It was a very exciting game, though, and I want to congratulate you on your play. Again, just a sophomore, you've got great things to look forward to in the future, and C. Milton Wright does with you as a leader on this team. Thanks for being with us. And now we want to turn to Maggie Hall, the winning Bel-Air Bobcats. Congratulations on your win tonight. You were the high scorer for the team this evening. And, you know, you're coming against a team that you're a competitor with all the time. C. Milton Wright and Bel-Air are competitors all the time, and we know about this rivalry. But you're coming into their gym and trying to stay undefeated. Tell me what that was like.
Well, it's always a competition when it's Bel-Air, C. Milton Wright, and we knew tonight was going to be a tough game. We talked about it before. We just got to play as a team, and that's what we did, and that's how we pulled out with a win. We played it to the final buzzer, and nothing went untested.
That's true. We noticed that when you were down 10 points that there wasn't really a letting down of your spirits or in your play. You kept going at it. You cut the lead to 8 and 6 and ultimately won the game by 2 points. I noticed personally that there was a lot of inside play happening in the second half of the game that you couldn't seem to manage in the first half. Tell me about that.
What do you mean? Like against them?
Yeah,
like what they were doing?
Inside their, the key, the three, you know, inside the key.
You know, she's just a phenomenal player. She is. And everyone knows it. And when she was driving in, we were pressuring. And it's hard to change from first half to second half how they went from a completely different play. And we ended up adjusting by the end of that second half. But, yeah, it was just difficult. I don't know how to explain it.
It is hard to adjust, but it seems like both teams made adjustments at the half, and the second half was a different game. Fortunately, you were able to come out on top. Well, we're going to bring in Don Morrison for some closing comments here. Thank you all for being with us tonight.
Stay with me, Cheryl. Cheryl, I'm remembering that basket that was scored right at the end of the first half.
Yes.
When C. Milton Wright had the basketball, looked like they were going to either score or go into the half leading by 6 points at least, maybe 8. Instead, the Bel Air Bobcats were able, actually they would lead by 8, maybe 10.
Yes.
Bel Air was able to get the basketball, score 2 points. I think it was Mackenzie Springer, and that was her only 2 points of the night. So you think about they win by 2, how important was that basket?
Well, the momentum in the game changed at that point. Even though it was just at the end of the half, you think, well, how can the momentum change at the end of a half with just a few seconds? But it certainly did. When they came out in the second half, C. Milton was maybe just a little bit off their game. You know, Maddie was not hitting those outside threes like she was earlier, and Bel Air seemed to have more confidence in their inside game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just an excellent basketball game. You had a chance to interview Maggie Hall, and she just, I think, willed her team to win. You could see the hustle that she had going after every rebound. She had that where she hit her head in the back of her head on that floor, and I'm thinking, my goodness, how is she going to be able to keep playing?
Yeah.
Not only did she keep playing, but she played extraordinarily well.
Yeah, she could easily have come out of that game for legitimate reasons at that point, but I think she wasn't going to say no. She wasn't going to have that taken away, that opportunity. And she and Miss Simon play so well. They're so like each other, and they match up so well on the floor with one another. I think that was really the key. And great passing by Bel Air in the latter half, and I think that's really what held the game for them.
And Maggie Hall making 2 of those 3 free throws after Maddie Nemo had fouled her on that 3-point shot attempt, coming down the stretch. And then the great defense that Bel Air played when C. Milton Wright came down with a chance to score and tie, or maybe score 3 and win. C. Milton Wright just couldn't get a shot up.
No, they couldn't, and I think that was Bel Air's plan from the start, is double team Maddie Nemo, and once they were able to do that and were really getting in her face, they shook her just a little bit. I think she'd like to have a couple of those opportunities back. And she's such an unselfish player too. Lots of times on a fast break, she could have taken it all the way to the hoop, but she passed off to another player, and that just shows what kind of girl she is.
Yeah, just an excellent basketball game. Wrapping it up for the Bel Air Bobcats winning, as we said, they're now 14-0, 9-0 in the conference. C. Milton Wright losing, they're 5-5 in the conference, 10-5 overall. We saw Maddie Nemo, 21 points, leading the all scores, 10 points for Jenny Donnelly, also for C. Milton Wright in the double figures. For the Bobcats, we mentioned Olivia Simon, she had 13, and Maggie Hall, whom you interviewed, had 16. They led their team. 48-46, the final score. What a basketball game.
Exciting. I'd love to see more like this.
It was a great one. Hope you enjoyed it. Don Morrison, my partner Cheryl Silence, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, the final score, Bel Air winning by 2, 48-46. Good night, everyone.